Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. I emphasize that so much because we over here in the UK are in the middle of a heat wave. And if you don't believe me, behold, I'm actually wearing shorts for once. That could honestly be the start to some like joke in a comedy routine. It's like, wow, it's so hot. How hot is it? It's so hot that Jacob Butter's wearing shorts. And then they ask you who Jacob Butter and they get booed off the stage. But still, you made the joke nonetheless. I don't know. Something along those lines. And yes, as I expected, there are still people around here, though not nearly as many as per usual. Not nearly as few as during lockdown, but there's still a very small amount in comparison. And granted, I'm not recording this at the peak of the day. It's not like 2 in the afternoon or something. In fact, because I actually thought I'd lost my wallet, we actually spent ages looking for it and calling people up when I last saw it, and we actually ended up only arriving sometime around 3:30 or something like that. I have no idea. But yeah, that one is definitely on me. Although granted, I could say we should have been here already. Because if it was like what I thought was going to happen, we would just, we would end up staying over at my wait a minute, should I say that? Yeah, she's got no online presence. Staying over for a birthday, for somebody's birthday. And not going to say who, I guess, because, you know, oversharing or whatever. But yeah, we were supposed to come over for somebody's birthday in the family and stay here for their actual birthday. But we actually came a day too soon. And apparently because of the heat wave, the very next day, the actual birthday, it was recommended not to travel, which turned out to not be the case. I actually looked it up. So yeah, that was like the last big summer plan that I had, that I was looking forward to, you know, back when I was doing Siren Story and stuff like that. I had a list of stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And yeah, actually, granted, if it worked out the way that I thought, I would actually be here right now in the middle of a heat wave, and then go off to the Caribbean, where there's presumably not much of a difference at this point. If anything, I'd be all trained up, because I'm used to avoiding the heat now and such, or at least until I decide to, you know, take a camera and venture outside. You know, not exactly there. Instead, I have an Interrail journey to look forward to, which I should have notified people about, actually. So I think they all think that I've now got no plans. I'm going to be around for the whole holiday, because I've mentioned, oh, I'm going to do Senecula Season 2 in this time. I'm going to focus on Minigo Season 3, which, granted, Season 3, that really should happen this month. We've been making extreme progress, and we've even got a new editor, actually, to help us out. So yeah, maybe I should say something like that, just to emphasize it. Monet says that she wants to finish Puppetry by the end of this month as well. And neither of them seem neither likely nor unlikely. It's sort of in between. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, I should notify people about that. But yeah, apart from that one plan, everything else, because the Interrail sort of got sprung on me as an idea, I haven't had as much time to really consider exactly how that's going to play out. Then again, it is only 9 days, basically, that we're going to be away for. So really, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to loop back around this way so I can go around the lake and finish off the way I normally do. This is the path I tend to actually forget is actually here, because it's the other path that I normally loops around in a different way. But yeah, the lake's right here. Yeah. But we'll see. I have to, again, be transparent with the folk. But yeah, like, honestly, like yesterday, with the big editors call with everyone there, except Moni, who was busy at the time. Yeah, it's been quite interesting. I think I sometimes forget that, you know, the editors, when they've got a sense of camaraderie and stuff, they've really pulled their weight. And also there's an idea to do another Use Your Words Music Girl edition for somebody who doesn't actually quite know the Music Girl story yet. It would be interesting to see like an editor version of that series, you know, just like Use Your Words, the editors, and then what their perspective is on the characters, rather than, and rather, a lot of the editors are also cast, so it doesn't really quite work the same way, but I don't know, we'll see. It's interesting. You would have thought that apart from the new one I'd have everyone in there, but I don't think I do. Oh. Oh, hang on a second. Behold this. Also, I'm actually using a tripod right now, so I can show you. Oh, obviously it's the other way around, but yeah. It says Golden Grahams, but like with an apostrophe. So, I'm guessing that Golden Graham was some sort of nickname of somebody who, as a reference to the cereal brand of, you know, well, Golden Grahams. Or as they say in Spain, Golden Grahams. Yeah. If you want to ask for any product of any sort in Spain, just pronounce it with a Spanish accent. You want vanished gold? Say you want banished gold. You know, pretty much. Finished power and pure. Finished forward and pure. That's pretty much how it goes. That's the method. On the bike, smiled at me. Which is actually, again, better reception than last time, if you recall my my issue with, I don't know, cowboy diarrhea, I suppose I should dub them. There you go. Why not? If you want to go back to see what I'm talking about, then go ahead and check out the last episode of Walking Wednesday at your own discretion. Anyway, now's the time to get a little bit serious, I think, because there's something that I should have addressed last week, but because I was in the whole like "boo, diazusto" thing, I didn't really clarify it. Oh no, hang on, actually, sorry, another important thing to mention. I'm pretty sure that my family on the edge of my seat thinking is like, did he forget that he graduated? No, I did not forget. It'll be weird, 'cause I sometimes forget to mention stuff that happens in Walking Wednesday, but yeah, not that. So I'll talk about the graduation ceremony, then I'll give the serious talk, which is to do with gacha. Okay, so basically, I've had yet another graduation ceremony in the lifespan of Walking Wednesday. Because yeah, oh yeah, I did do one. Yeah, didn't feature Paul McCartney this time, but it was still nonetheless a pretty fascinating occasion. It was also it also dragged a lot less because the ceremony itself, they're dividing them now, so they've been doing them across the last couple of weeks or so, and that's because they're catching up from the ceremonies that weren't able to take place over the past 2 years because of lockdown. So actually that caused a bit of confusion with my relatives who were actually, you know, local to Liverpool, so they're wondering if they'd missed it or something. But no, they did not. Then again, we're only allowed 3 tickets unless we requested otherwise, and I got no other requests. So yeah, I just had, you know, my parents and my aunts there, and then also my uncle and my cousin once were moved outside, which gave me a bit of a minor panic because I thought they were planning to go inside, but there was only not enough tickets for them, so I really don't know. There was a lot of stuff there, so I'm slightly distracted by the music. Let's just... I am, however, on the normal stretch of the lake that I'm normally at, and yeah, the sun is still very much in full force. Well, not full force maybe, but close enough. El sol es brillante. Anyway, that's a song that Pika made up a long time ago. He just improvised it when we were supposed to sing a song for our music class. At the time, the teacher wanted us to do a song in songs in solos, the entire class. Then we do pairs. Then we do trios. Then we do quartets. We never really got past the solos, I don't think, because everyone was so embarrassed, and the song was like they forgot to prepare the song over the weekend, and it was just a whole mess. I went first, and I did my song with no issues. You know, obviously, why not? But you know, 9-10-year-old me was no stranger to confidence at that point. And then 9-10-year-old Pika, he decided to because I guess he forgot. He decided he made up like he actually did the song in question, like he actually made an original song, but in reality it was just him just improvising. So it starts off El sol es brillante, which means the sun is shining, you know. Well, the sun is shiny, rather. And then he goes on about flowers and the window. I don't know what else it was. Now, does he? We still remember the first part when everyone burst out laughing, including him. Oh, except the teacher. But to be perfectly honest, everyone was so afraid at the time in that music class that there were going to be, people were going to laugh at them. Having someone laugh with you, that's actually what you would want in that situation. Either that, or, you know, just, blow them away with a mind-boggling performance. But if you haven't prepared a song, then your best choice, basically, is to make them laugh. Make them laugh, make them laugh. Something, something, is something, is something. I don't know the words. But yeah, you get the idea. Anyways, graduation. So the actual ceremony, again, it drags on less because they've split it up. Even though there's more people that they're doing the ceremonies for, they've actually distributed them a lot more equally. So we were just there with the people in our particular group of degrees. You know, stuff like creative writing, drama, film studies, media production, English literature. Yeah, basically that. There's an umbrella term, but I'm not going to say it because that'll give away what university it was. And then also we had the psychology people afterwards. That was a whole section, basically. So there were a few people, but not as many as there were at LIPA. Because LIPA did all of their disciplines, all of their graduates at the exact same time. And they all had somebody representing them and giving some sort of speech or anecdote as a to pass the time, really. And actually, I remember from Acting Foundation, we actually got Stephen Fry for that. And he actually gave a very interesting story about how he was the one who broke Paul McCartney's faith in the fact that everyone can sing. I would tell the story right now, but you could probably find it if you type in Stephen Fry Paul McCartney funeral or something. I don't know. I imagine he would have told it before or since. But also because I'm trying to talk about this graduation, not the one I had 3 years ago. Or, yeah, 3 years ago. So yeah, we had allocated seats, kind of like last time, but because the particular group, I did a dual honors, so drama and creative writing, and only 4 other people, originally 5 but now 4, did drama and creative writing. So basically that counts as a separate course to them. So we were there split from everyone we pretty much knew. Was it like, oh, we're going to put them with the drama folks? No. Okay, drama folks? Nope, still no. Just sit them on their own, pretty much. I mean, we're all in a corner, and we'd very occasionally be filmed. Actually, that's the one thing that I think they, well, not the one thing. That's one of the things I think they improved on from the Lippo graduation. And that was the fact that you had this big cathedral setting as well, and you had multiple cameras from above, because it's a cathedral, so you can get like plenty of like high shots and stuff, high angle shots. I mean, but then also different angles, and the whole ceremony was being live streamed at the same time. So if you didn't get a ticket, you could actually see it happen live. I don't know if the recording is anywhere, but if it is, I will share it. That will give away the university name, I guess. But then again, if it's public, if they're putting it on the internet, then I suppose why shouldn't I? I don't really know. But yeah, if that comes to pass, then I guess you'll figure out where I used to study, and where I got my drama and creative writing degree. Because of course I did actually get the degree. That's why I was there at the ceremony. I forgot to check beforehand, because like during the time we're supposed to prepare and like get our like gowns and stuff, and you know, find out our results and stuff, I just distanced myself from all of that, because that was the same time that the breakup happened. So I just didn't want to stress about anything that was remotely going to give me any more like anguish and headache. I just completely disregarded, which almost resulted in not being able to book my robes, but I just managed to get them. So yeah, let me tell you, Eden Ravenscroft, who do all graduation gowns and stuff over here, they really do not have the best customer service or accessibility. You can't even go to a physical store for them anymore, which, considering they were established in 1638, means that they've completely ignored their roots. And the whole thing is that their roots in tradition, you know. They're typically called graduation gowns and stuff. I showed some people the photos that I took on the day, and there's one of them that Monet just screen capped and said, "Very British." It's like, well, yes, it is. You're right. It is very British, but the people who made the gowns seem to just be like, oh, I guess we'll just do everything online now. Even though we still have a physical location in London. It's like, what? I've never lived that far away from London. I could have gone there if I needed to. So, yeah, that happened. But I was fine. I got the gowns, and yeah, everything was okay. Although apart from because my hair has been so floofed for so long, but again, because I was under direct instruction not to actually cut it because it will help with the sun if I was in the Caribbean, I'd never actually got it cut. So when I measured my head, it was a gamble whether or not it would account for my hair or not, which of course it didn't, so the board kept on almost falling off. But yeah, that wasn't really much of it. It was like a minor thing. And speaking of hair, some people have changed their hair in the months since, so it's hard to recognize them. But yeah, we had a bit of a joke around when we were not being directly filmed or whispered to, because we could see the camera, so we could see the screen itself. So we knew we weren't going to be caught if we decided to like have a bit of a chatter amongst ourselves, or you know, we were backstage running up to give each other hugs and stuff like in the movies, which did happen. So yeah, that was a fun day. And then afterwards there were 2 receptions in which they gave out different prizes. I didn't win any, so I can't really tell you about them necessarily. But yeah, there was stuff for very specific types of achievements. I can't remember exactly which ones they all were. They were of course named after certain people. You know, that classic setup. At one moment I almost got duped into thinking that I'd actually won one this by surprise and wasn't contacted. Because that happened before, actually. In my secondary school, they invited me to an awards ceremony, but I actually talked to somebody else who was going to that, and she said, "Oh, I'm being given the award for drama," which is what I thought I'd be getting, because if I was going to invite to an awards ceremony, it was probably going to be for drama. And before anyone says it could have been for Spanish, I did my Spanish GCSE 3 years prior to that. So there was never any chance of me getting that. That's just how that goes. I feel like it also kind of would have been like a spit in the face of people who have been putting in all the years of effort. If I actually got the award when I did the exam, hypothetically, or actually if I got it 3 years later and people have been putting effort in my year. So yeah, I thought it would be for drama, possibly French. But even then, I was definitely at most second best at French. There was actually one other girl who didn't have the advantage of having Spanish as a stepping stone to actually build French upon, and was very devoted to it, and very obviously deserved. Okay, oh, ran out of storage. So yeah, I thought that, okay, well, I guess I've just not been given an award, but I'm invited there, you know, I'm going to clap for others and stuff, which was fine too. But then they started like showing, they had like these other awards they hadn't actually announced to people. They told everyone who was getting an award what they were getting. If it was like the award for drama, the award for French, the award for geography, history, I don't know what it might have been, any of them. Was there an award for IT? I forget. Might not have been, I'm not sure. Yeah. So basically I was there thinking, okay, I'm not getting anything, but there's also some surprise awards that no one knew about. And I've been to some ceremonies by the people before, but I didn't realize that it wasn't standard practice to tell everyone, not to tell everyone who actually got everything, because there was like the named awards, of course. There was I don't know, the Albert Finkelstein Award for worldly knowledge, and that was like the extra one for geography or something. I don't know. I made that one up, by the way. That's not a real one, if you couldn't tell by my amazing improv right there. Wow, I didn't realize the lake kind of ended like this in some dirty stream. Lake's back there. I don't know. So, yeah, but in that situation, there was one that came out that was the Julian Clift Prize for Performing Arts. And by this point, I'm thinking, nah, I'm not gonna get this one either, because, I mean, they didn't tell me anything. No one's, I mean, people were surprised, but whatever. Then the announcer said, oh, sometimes there are people who are just, there's someone who is just a natural born performer. I was like, okay, sure, still could be anyone. They show great activity in class. They're always creative, making stuff like, again, can apply to many people. Then it said even outside of the drama departments, they sometimes greet the lessons with a rap or a song, and then everyone looked at me and I was like, yeah, it's me. Because it could only be me in that situation, because I was the only one who actually did that. I was the only one who was crazy enough to actually perform, granted, mostly parody songs, or some originals sometimes, for the sake of school subjects. So essentially, I did what Pika did back in the day with El Sol es Brillante, but I just didn't actually, I had much more of a structure and actually came prepared half the time. Most of it. Are there some people in the river there? Not the river, the lake. Okay, they're okay. I was thinking, like, are they actually, because they were yelling. So I was checking, because I don't know if this lake is safe or not. So, but yeah, I see them with either floaties or people actually around them and stuff. They're playing. They're fine. It's like the dog incident from the car. I just actually stumble across people who look like they need saving, but very obviously don't in this case. Anywho, I wonder if people's going to tell me to back up and find out about them as well the next week or something, like she did with the dog. Which made no sense because the people there were guests at a party, so they wouldn't have been there the next day. I don't know. But yeah, so I got that one, but I didn't get any from the actual university. But again, that one actually was open to everyone, so, you know, I had a nice cranberry juice and such. I was offered champagne, but I declined because I don't drink. And yeah, I managed to toast everyone. And so, there we go. That was the end of it. Well, there were two different ceremonies because the drama department had to do a separate thing because they're extra like that. But everyone else was in this one building that was universal to everyone. The same place I did my my old recordings. Very symbolic location for me. Yeah, it was a time. It was definitely a time. So yeah, okay, now I'm gonna get to the announcement I said before. I think that's enough graduation talk. In case people are wondering, I got second class first division degree in drama and creative writing. But now let's go on to what I should have mentioned last week that I didn't. And that is something that came to my attention. I think it might have been thanks to Josh, but it might have been because of people in servers. I forget where the source actually came from. But I was informed of somebody by the name of AF. It was Ahmed something, starting with F. But yeah, who actually made a brand new channel specifically for the purposes. People on the lake are over there, by the way. That's where they are. Specifically for the purpose of targeting gacha tubers. I just realized I'm running out of space to talk about this. Basically, it's like an invitation to join a server, and that was the deal, so they wouldn't actually start filing false claims on actual, like, the most known gacha tubers to take down the community for good. Even though the anti-gacha community apparently is dying, that's the result of going out with a bang, is doing this random server thing, which makes no sense. I would say, basically, quickly, don't be afraid of that. If it's only 200 people that you need, like, come on, it's such a stupid thing, and also, we've been called gullible in the video, so I'll be full for this. Doesn't really make sense, but there you go. Apparently we're too easy a target. So don't be deterred by AF. Your channels will all be safe, and AF, we are not scared of you. We in the gacha community will stand strong. Anyways, please leave a like, all the seconds your opinion matters, and subscribe if already. I've got 9 seconds to suppose before I run out of footage, and on that note, until next time, farewell.